Hello everyone, Anita here, and this is day 24 of the 30-day sketchbook challenge. And today I really didn't have any idea of what to draw. I was sitting at my desk trying to think about something interesting I could, draw, but I didn't have any ideas. And so I've decided to experiment a little bit and just put some random splotches on the paper and use different techniques just to get some kind of background and work from there. It's a similar idea to the watercolor painting I've done in the past, where I just smudged a lot of watercolor and tried to find shapes in it. Similar, not the same, but it's a very good technique when you really don't know what to do. It is supply, it costs you a lot of supplies because I've used my Copic Various ink. I mean, I don't really feel bad about using it because I have a refill. I mean, it's a refill, there's a lot of it, and I didn't use that much. I mean, the bottle is still halfway full. But as you can see here, I've put a lot of different colors, different shades of yellow and this weird light pink, and I put them on paper, and now I'm putting on the paper just droplets of the colorless blender straight from the refill bottle. And this paper really soaks through fast, and I ended up putting tons and tons of paper underneath so that it wouldn't I wouldn't get any color underneath on the paper underneath. I always have a sheet of, two sheets even, of just a simple printer paper under my picture when I draw, just for that, in case something bleeds through. But in this case, I needed to put a whole stack because it was just bleeding through like crazy. And so there was a lot of ink, but in the end, I got this really nice watercolor background, because what colorless blender actually does, it's not really a blender per se. I mean, you will not be able to use it to blend two colors together. What it does, if you look carefully, it pushes the ink away. So you can kind of if you use it the way I did right now, it kind of does blend the colors together. It makes a really neat watercolor effect. And I'm still adding the colors right now on wet colorless blender, and that's kind of gives it a bit of a watercolor effect, because the ink will spread in the layer of colorless blender. I've used it before in one of my paintings a long time ago, and I really like that effect. It really gives a very soft, a very watercolor effect. It is, it uses a lot of Copic, the ink of Copic ink, but I really don't feel bad when I have the refill. That's pretty much it. And so on top of that, the colors, I don't know, were really soft and really warm, and I don't know why. Maybe because it's that time of the year. It kind of reminded me of poppies, and so I started painting in poppies. I don't know, it was just I wasn't using any sketch, and that was the biggest part of this, let's call it, challenge. I didn't want to use a sketch. I wanted to just freehand paint, whatever you call it, just whatever came to my head, and try to make it nice, try to make it aesthetically pleasing. And so I'm adding different shades of red, orange, I have brown, and then I have this really nice green. It's like an olive green that has a pretty similar undertone. It's not too vibrant. It really matches all those oranges and reds and yellows. And so it adds a little bit of a different tone, but it's still in the same color family. I don't know how to call it, but I really like the effect. And when I was adding these plants, I thought, you know what, I actually want to add more in the background to make it seem like perhaps it's a sunset scene. Kind of like the idea of adding just the same colored, using the same color as the background to draw in some plants, to kind of make them seem like in the distance and blending in with that background. It was a very, I use that a lot. It's something I use a lot in watercolor, but never in Copic markers. I've never painted like this before. So it was very interesting exercise. I mean, Copics, of course, act completely, and there is someone outside my window right now. I'm sorry, guys, if you can, I hope you can't hear it. That's the problem if you're recording in the middle of the day and there are some random sounds outside your window. But yeah, I can concentrate now. But now I'm adding random leaves here and there, just trying to fill in the space. I've already, as you can see, I'm kind of forming a shape. It's not a big picture because I'm honestly just, it's not even an illustration, it's just me playing around with Copics. And I've decided to use a little bit of a scribbly, a fineliner line around the petals and in the front on the green plants, so that the plants are most frontal, the ones that are in the front, so that they would be the most visible and that your eye goes right through them, to give them more definition. I don't know, I felt it was nice. And then I'm adding a few little just things to get texture. There's no description to what I'm actually doing. There is just purely for fun. And these kind of pictures are really nice because once in a while I have this feeling like I'm really pushing my limits here and during this channel, just thinking about something every single day. It's hard, especially because my mind is high-wired on making very big detailed paintings. And so I immediately think, oh, I would like to add, I don't know, a library, or I would like to add tons of different tiny details in the background that I can't add because it will take me just forever to finish. I have to minimize my ideas, and that's hard because there aren't that many, I think, things that I would like to paint that are within those rules, I suppose. And so I struggle with that. That's part of the challenge. I really don't mind. It is a very good lesson. I think I've learned a lot within the days, this is day 24, so it's been a while. And during those 3 weeks, I've learned a lot about toning down my ideas, not going overboard with what I want to draw. I mean, if you remember in the beginning, I was drawing kind of like very detailed illustrations, and eventually I just toned them down because, you know, I had to think about other things. The whole day could not be spent drawing this one illustrations, and, you know, I had to also think about it being a sketchbook. And on a side note, don't you guys think that the colors are absolutely amazing? I mean, I absolutely love how vibrant Copic colors are, that I could just stare at them like that. And that was also in the previous picture with the galaxy. Just the color combinations are absolutely stunning. And it makes me want to play with them more to see what other color combinations I can come up with. And if I can maybe mix different colors that are not, because all these colors are in the same family, so it's not that hard to combine them, of course. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed my little tiny doodle. Now, this was a doodle. That was a real sketch. And as you can see, I've painted a little guy there in between the poppies. But yeah, thank you so very much for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye!